Swati loved to code. She was brilliant at it. And soon she started working at her dream company. After about 2 years, Swati felt stuck in her corporate work. No, she was not doing overtime. Her colleagues were very friendly. Her manager was extremely supportive and always made sure that her good work was recognized by the leadership. And everyone expected that Swati would get that next big promotion. But still, Swati was not happy and she felt stuck in a loop. Wait, is she crazy? We would die to get that kind of work environment. Try working with a toxic work culture like us. Yeah, young generation, they're not happy with anything. They just want to live the YOLO life. These were some of the things that Swati heard from her acquaintances and well wishers when she shared her feelings with them. Do what you love, and you don't have to work a single day. Follow your passion. Us millennials have often heard these phrases when it came to career guidance. But even our passions can quickly turn into nightmares. So we all heard Swati's predicament. But what should she do to resolve this internal conflict? Do you guys have any advice? Make sure to mention your own version of this story in the comment section below. Now let's get back to our story. What Swati did was something quite unexpected. She visited a spiritual coach. Wait, what does spirituality have to do with anything around work and career? But Swati wanted to experiment because this was literally her last resort. Otherwise, she would have gone mad. When she visited her coach, the first thing that he asked her was, why did she love coding in the first place? What made her so passionate about it? Swati was a millennial. She grew up during the IT boom when there was a digital revolution going on all around her. Big landlines were turning into small phones, chunky computers were turning into sleek laptops. And so she saw the lives of her near and dear ones drastically change with this technological revolution. And she wanted to be at the cornerstone of this. She wanted to work on things in and around technology that would make a lasting impact on people's life. Then her coach asked her what was stopping her to do so. Her company was doing well, the clients of the company were definitely getting benefited from her work. Then why? Why did she feel that way? Swati didn't want to answer this question, but upon further probe, she finally admitted that she was definitely working hard, chasing a goal, but the goal was to maintain the status quo. You see, Swati was brilliant at her work, like I mentioned before. Like we have toppers in class, Swati was a topper for her team. And she got the recognition, the monetary rewards, etc., that came along with it. Swati didn't want to fail by mistake because she felt that if she fails, if she experiments and then she fails, then this image would be gone and then she would be nothing, she would be worthless. So she didn't want to take that risk and keep running. And this constant running, this constant chasing was finally getting to her. The coach exclaimed that Swati, you see what happened here? Your focus has completely shifted from what you love to do to what your ego wants you to do. Our ego is not a bad thing. We feel that ego is something really bad and evil, but no, it's quite the opposite. It's like an innocent child. Our ego thinks that all the external feel good stuff, if they are taken away from us, we will die. We will not exist anymore. That's how morbid ego is. It feels that we will literally die if we don't have the things that makes us feel good and safe. When we enter into this world of matter, of Prakriti, we have to do work. That's the nature of it. But when we start doing work, we quickly forget the purpose of it. and we start working to fulfill our external desires or desires that are popping up when we communicate with our external environment. But that kind of work doesn't lead to any kind of satisfaction or long term happiness. You can use work as a spiritual tool to transcend the world of duality, the world of good and bad, rich and poor, haves and have nots, if you want it to be that way. But the secret of this kind of work is to be detached from the outcome. You cannot stress or feel anxious about what fruits are you going to gain from the work. You simply have to work with utmost love towards working so that you can fulfill your higher purpose and your higher calling. Swati quickly asked a doubt. Coach, if I be so nonchalant and so detached with my work, then don't you think I'm going to slack off? I'm going to do the bare minimum. I'm just going to slack away and just lead life like a lazy person. And don't you think if I become that way, my company is going to kick me out? The coach laughed and said that this is one of the common misconception about detachment when it comes to karma yoga or when it comes to action. Detachment doesn't mean that you become nonchalant or you become complacent. In fact, it means the very opposite. When you are a follower of karma yoga, you commit to do your work with utmost faith and efficiency. In the process of doing this work, you start loving it. And when you love something, it's impossible for you to purposefully do a bad job at it. Yes, you might lack certain skills which you internally feel motivated to develop, and then eventually you start doing good in it. So, detachment does not mean that you would no longer be goal oriented, you would no longer strive for being better every day. Once Swati started to implement this in her life, she saw that her focus has shifted from fear of failure to a one that allows her to experiment, to develop her skills, to try out new things, to solve those problems that she has identified as important or as critical to be solved. She started to love the process, and every day she woke up with full excitement to start working on the process again and again. If you are someone who is also feeling stuck at your job or in your career in general, try to think, why did you love your job in the first place? What made you come to it? And currently, what exactly are you chasing? I hope this video was helpful to you. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video so that I know that you guys are watching and whatever I'm creating is helpful to you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay happy, stay positive, and keep your vibrations way up. Bye bye.